Hey, how you guys doing? I know it's been a minute since I've been on here, but to say the fucking least, this has been one of the wildest fucking weeks of my fucking life. That's my daughter being a clown. So, there's a lot of shit I want to say, but at the same time, I'm really not in a place right now to put everybody's business out there. So, just to be perfectly clear, when I do my readings to help people. I am not on here trying to take anybody's man. I'm not fucking interested, okay? So please get that through your heads. Don't be fucking hitting my phone. Don't be starting shit with me because I'm not the one. Alright? Now, the readings, the energy is interchangeable. Take it as it resonates with you. Please do not create scenarios out of shit that does not seem accurate or true to you. Alright? Because that ends up causing you to be crazy and starting shit that don't need to be started. So please take it as it resonates. You know, it's interchangeable. It could be you or somebody in your energetic field. And again, it's not a personal reading, so don't take it as you. Yo, exactly, Amber. This shit has been it's been fucking wild as shit the past fucking few. I don't have words. Like, I don't have words for my life. I've had people showing up out the fucking woodworks like nobody's business. Hi, Khaled, how are you? So, you know, and I feel like it's just a lot of things coming up to be cleared and kind of reviewed to see where you're at now and everything you've left behind. And God help me, I'm grateful I left a lot of shit fucking behind. Girl, I'm not pressed about none of these people. In order for somebody to affect me, I have to give a fuck. I don't give any fucks. So if it's not about my kids, there's very little that's gonna affect me. You know, I know who I am and I know how I am. So I'm not pressed about it. Alright, so again, like I said, there's a lot of shit coming up right now that's kind of coming to a head. And some people really need to let go of the past and whatever it is that you're holding on to, because you have to allow room for new things to come into you. You know, if you're holding on to a relationship and you're praying for a new partner, if you have somebody laying in your bed, you know, there's no space for someone else to come and lay there. You have to clear that space in order for someone else to fill that space, okay? You can't just keep piling shit on because it's going to drive you crazy. So none of us are perfect. You know, we all do what we do. Just try to be the best person you can be in handling and dealing with all of these situations. You know, people come up, people do whatever. Like I said, I've had a lot of fucking wild shit happening recently. Girl, oh my God, I'm so sorry. That is fucking terrible. That's all I could say, because right now it's too much. Like, there's so much shit happening right now, and it's good that it's coming to a head now, because it's clearing out all the old shit, all the shit that needs to be released. So don't look at it as a bad thing. Take it as a blessing, you know, because it could have been a lot fucking worse down the road. You know, and it's a lot. Sometimes you have to laugh at situations, not because it's funny, but because it's just like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, is this really happening? And it's not to get you to get to a place where it's like hostile. It's more of a reflecting and reviewing of the decisions you've made and how far you've come in your life and the things that you need to let go of. Well, I mean, I think all of those are doable, especially with the way shit is nowadays. So again, a lot of this, whatever's coming up, you know, like I said, I've had a lot of people just popping up in my life that I'm just like, I haven't spoken to you in God knows how long. There is things that you need to look at, the experiences that you went through with these people, okay? And if you were ever unclear about something, you weren't sure about why this is happening or why that's happening, try to really see why these people are popping back up if you're having situations like that, or if things are being cleared from your life and you're like, where the fuck did this come from? Why is this over? Like, what's happening? Try to see what the experience brought you, and if it's something that was repetitive or it's something to show you how far you've come, you know, because sometimes at least what they've brought up for me, I'm able to look at the situation and be like, thank God I'm not there anymore. Thank God I left that situation and I moved on to something better. You know, so really just kind of sit with that, because that's what a lot of it is. And I have a kind heart, so I'm up to, I hope you know, I don't have beef with nobody. I don't hold grudges. I'm not mad at anybody for anything. I don't fucking care. You know, because I understand why things happen. So I'm not mad at people. But clearly people still have grudges against me, you know, and I'm sorry for that, you know, my bad. But I'm not interested in nobody's person. So just kind of see what that is, okay? Because there's somebody that's dealing with some self-esteem issues, and understand, like, we go through all of these things. It's, in a sense, yes, it is to break us down. It is to get us to be more humble. It is to get us to see things from a different perspective, you know, but it's also to build us up. It's also to help us find the strength and the courage to build up ourselves and stand in our truth and our power, you know, because as long as we're hiding behind things and we're not standing up for ourselves and we're allowing this toxicity to continue, it's never ending. It's never going to stop, okay? It's like a fucking, it's just going to keep going and going and going. And sadly, most people don't realize that they are on this never ending fucking hamster wheel, you know? So it's important for us to see how we can transform. You know, we tell stories all the time about what happened to us, how we were, or what we keep repeating these stories and repeating them and repeating them. You have to stop repeating the stories. You know, you can't keep holding on to the past, because that keeps triggering that emotional response in you, and it makes you feel like you're reliving it, and you keep doing it and you keep reliving it, and you do it again and you relive it. You know, and I always compare it to if you cut your fucking hand open, you know, you're not going to keep picking at it because it's never going to heal. You're going to leave it alone, cover it up, and you're just going to allow it to heal. But if you don't do that, you're going to keep pulling it open, pulling it open, pulling it open. Your shit's going to be fucked up, and you're probably going to have to cut your hand off at some point. Allow these things to leave you. And, you know, tell your story, but also see how you can see it differently. Don't tell your story from a victim mentality. Tell your story like, you know what, these situations happened. This is the purpose that they served in my life, and this is what I learned from it, and it helped me to grow. You know, you have to stop looking at it as you're the victim, you're the victim, you're the victim, because we're not the victims. You know, these are our stories. We are accountable for what has happened. Even if it's not good, it's, yeah, they did this to me, but also how many times did I allow them to do that to me? Did I stop it the first time? Did I walk away after the first time, you know? And no, a lot of us don't. A lot of us, we feel bad. I love you, and that, no, fuck that shit. Stop it. Maintain your boundaries. Like, you're gonna shit on me, you got one time to shit on me, and then you're out the fucking door. Okay, you have to stop telling the same stories over and over again, because that's what you're ingraining in your head. You're believing these fucking toxic ass stories. The more you repeat them, it's there. You have to start forgetting that they exist. You know, acknowledge the pain, feel the pain, heal through the pain, but also let go of these stories. Start telling a different story. You know, be like, I'm happy, I worked through my pain, I learned all of these things from it, and I'm telling you, everything will start working out better, and it will start shifting for you, because some of you are numbing, and that is causing a barrier to whatever it is. Like, if you have these aspirations and you have these things that you want to go towards and what you really want to do. Sorry, I don't know what that is. If you have these things that you're trying to go through, you know, you're going towards, you have a barrier, because it's like the smoking, the alcohol, the drugs, whatever it is that you're doing right now, it's causing a block, okay? Because you're so numb, you're not feeling your feelings, and you're not realizing that there's things that need to be removed, or places that you need to remove yourself from, okay? Because they're showing, you know, some of you are ascending, and some of you are really reminiscing on what has happened in the past. And, you know, we all have a past. We all have these things that happened. And we're not always the good guy in the stories. All right, Kane, fuck these hoes. I mean, I'm with it. Why not? I know, Khalil, some people don't know how to let go. And it's sad, because I watch people and I watch the pain and the anger just take over. And it's like, I want to help, but it's like, I can only help if you're willing to help yourself. If you're willing to do the work and see why do I have these triggers? What exactly is it that keeps triggering me to this point of hostility? You know, you have to check that and see where you're at. Oh, you love me? That's sweet. So yeah, there's someone that's really stuck in their head about what has been going on or what has happened in the past. And understand, you know, if you move on, like I've moved on from many situations, I don't live in the past. I live in the now. But there's people that are not where I am, and for them it's still a very real thing, and they still really hold on to it, and they still hold it. Oh, don't be mad at me. I love you too. They still hold on to these things, you know, and it breaks my heart because it's bad when you're in a relationship or you're in a situation with someone and you still feel like you're not good enough, or you still feel like you lack that self-esteem to compare or match up to that person. And that's the problem. You shouldn't compare yourself to anyone. You know, if the person you're with is making you feel like you have to be that person in order for them to be happy with you, then that's not the person for you. Let the fucking situation go. You know, it breaks my heart because I'm a woman. You know, I've been through the shit. I've dealt with shit. You know, I've gone through my insecurities, my jealousies. I've done all of this. But if I have to go and speak to another woman about my man, you're not my man. Clearly you for the streets and you could keep it that way. I don't need the drama. You know, and it's sad when I see the situations that are happening and I'm just like, yo, I'm not interested. Like, I'm just trying to understand what the fuck's happening. So just be careful, you know, and don't allow a man to get you to that point in your life, because all they're going to do is fuck you up. And someone's really stressed out again. It might just be you're having some financial issues, and others of you have some child support or some type of situation going on with court that requires finances. And there's people that may be gossiping about you online, or someone actually has broken into your account and has access to whatever it is that you have going on. Or, of course, somebody spying on you, because that always comes out every damn reading. But understand, like, some people are just very petty and very jealous and envious of you, especially if you're not coming from a place of low self-esteem and you just carry yourself in a manner that they wish they could. You know, and that's what it is. That's why I don't get mad at people. Oh, thank you, Khaled. You're so sweet. Exactly, Amber. You have to start putting those affirmations out like that, because once you start saying those and you repeat them, I'm telling you, I used to write the shit down every morning. I'd spend like 20 minutes writing a bunch of affirmations down, and it was the same ones every day. And it helps you to start manifesting, and it helps to start programming your subconscious, especially when you're seeing it, you're reading it, you're reciting it, and you know, as you write, it's like confirming it. So start doing that. But yeah, you know, just because people might talk negatively about you, like I tell people, you say whatever the fuck you want about me. I don't care, because I know who I am as a person, you know, and people that fuck with me know who I am as a person. Before, maybe I wasn't the best person, and I'm not perfect. I'm not. But I'll be damned if you're going to sit here and say that I'm doing something that I'm not. You know, I don't care. But please be true to who you are, because as long as you're true to who you are, everything will always work itself out. But if you keep hiding behind masks and keep feeling like you're not good enough and you're not worthy enough to have the things that you want, that's where the issues come in. That's where the disconnect comes in. You have to find the place where you're like, I'm good enough for this. I deserve this. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be loved and not have to worry about getting fucking cheated on or lied to or whatever. None of us want to go through those things, you know, but sadly, it fucking happens. People are broken. It's what the fuck they do. Okay? And some of you need to take a vacation. My vacation wasn't really a vacation. It was a whole fucking shit show. But yeah, they want you to go out and have fun, because like I say, when you go out and you reconnect with yourself and you just allow things to transpire, everything manifests a lot faster, as opposed to you stressing about it and trying to like plan every little step of the way. You have to really let this just go and enjoy yourself, because the more you're here and you're having fun in your life, believe it or not, you're actually doing more manifesting than when you're actually like, I want this, I want that, I want that. You know, just kind of let it go. Libra's coming out here. So You have to trust your body. You have to trust your spirit when it's telling you you need a break, when it's telling you you need to go in a new direction or you need to do something. You have to trust your spirit because it's not guiding you wrong. Even if you're not sure about the situation and you're just like, I don't know about this, like this might not be for me. Follow your spirit, okay? Sit with your spirit and trust yourself. Like really make a list of pros and cons at worst case, you know, like let me see how this can go either way. You know, and if the pros outweigh the cons, then go for it, you know, because a lot of the time the cons are just us in our brains like, no, this is fucked up, this is happening, that's happening. And a lot of those scenarios are not fucking true. People will drive themselves fucking crazy just allowing your mind to run away with you. Don't do that, okay? And understand whatever it is that you want in your life, whatever it is that you're trying to create, you can't share it with everybody. You know, we all want to share our dreams. We all want to share these things with other people. But some people are so jealous and so envious and so hateful that energy is going to interfere with what you're trying to create. So sometimes it's best to kind of just wait until it's already happened and then you can share it with people because they really can't fuck it up then. But because I say this because there was many times where I was supposed to move or I was supposed to do this and I was supposed to do that, and because other people's energies were like they didn't want me to go, it fucked up everything that I had going on and I had to kind of get pulled back. So I learned to just shut the fuck up. I move in silence. So when it's like you'll see me today and then tomorrow I'll be somewhere else. That's just how I move now because I'm like, fuck that. Y'all ain't gonna be fucking up my life. All right, so do that and be open to receiving love from others. And it's hard sometimes because, you know, when you're hurt repeatedly or when you feel like every person you reach out to or the people that you're there for and, you know, I'm there for you and I help you, and when you need somebody, they're not there for you in the same manner, you know, it makes you feel bad. It makes you feel like you really have nobody to turn to and you really have nobody that will help you. And that's where the expectation comes in. You know, you can't expect you from other people. But also, the people that come in to help you are probably not the same people that you helped, okay? And that's really how it works out sometimes. So try not to take it personally because we all have our own shit. We all have our own lives. But, you know, be open to receiving help because it might not be the people you want it from, but it'll be someone that will be willing to give that to you, okay? And it'll help you to relieve, like, all of this stress that you're putting on your shoulders because a lot of us, like me, I go at shit alone. Like, I just truly go at shit alone because it's easier than having my heart broken. It's easier than feeling like I can't depend on the people that I love. It's just easier for me to say, fuck it, I got this. Like, I'll go cry for a little bit. I'm gonna get myself back up and I got this, you know, so do that. And some of you, if you have animals, you know, spend time with your animals because animals are healing. I know cats are awesome, you know, with what the hell, they're purring, the vibration that they give off when they purr is really healing. You know, I have a cat and he bullies me. He's like a fucking giant ass cat and he'll just come lay down on me. And I'm like, okay, I guess this is happening. So I don't really have a choice. But yeah, some of you have, it's like there's an offer, and again, we're going back to the past, and it's the past keeps coming up a lot, and I feel like it's just a time where a lot of this coming up for reflection for us to see what we've gotten out of what we've left and where we're at now and what we want to head towards, because everything is free will, but there's someone that's really thinking about the past, and there may be somebody that's settled for a past person or a past situation, and they're wanting to make an offer, but they haven't made that offer. Okay, and whatever this is, it's something in the 3D that has them stuck. You know, I don't know if it's money, if it's emotional attachments, if it's babies, whatever it is, it's something in the 3D that has them stuck to the point where they feel really lost and they're not sure what it is that they're doing. Okay, because it's like, it's either something that's going to happen really soon or it's like time's running out, whatever it is to make this offer. But it's like time, the clock's ticking. So whatever it is that this person's doing, they have the free will, but they have to release whatever it is in the 3D that's holding on to them, whatever's keeping them, like pulling at them. Okay, because again, there's someone that's watching that's really like obsessed. And it's like they're looking for proof. They're looking for something. You know, and sometimes it's just confirmation. Other times is somebody might just be trying to see what it is that they need to do with their life. You know, this is a general reading, so please do what you feel in your heart is best for you, and I will always say that, okay? Do what you feel is best. Don't just go off of the shit that I'm saying, because I've gotten readings, I've had, I fuck with some readers and I'm just like, okay, well, that makes sense, and then other things it's like, no, that doesn't make sense for me, so it's not what I believe, because my soul and my heart tells me something different, and energy changes. So what I'm saying right now may be very factual, but if you decide to make a different decision tomorrow, then that's going to change the entire course of events, if you're not proceeding down the same path. So take it how it is, don't take it so literal, but you have to step out of your comfort zone, okay? And if you're a person that's sitting here and you're watching and you're looking for proof and you're doing all of these things, ask yourself why you are putting so much of your energy into trying to figure out what somebody else is doing, what's going on with them, why? Why do you want to stress yourself out? Why do you want to have a life where you have to constantly be checking up on somebody and seeing what the fuck they're doing because you don't trust them? Nobody wants to live that life, okay? Nobody. I mean, if you do, more power to you. Me personally, I don't have the fucking energy. You're gonna go do something, have fun. I'll see you later. I'll find out about it. I'm not pressed, okay? But just make sure that I don't like saying I don't like to say to have expectations, because when we have expectations, that's when we kind of get our heart broken. It's good to be hopeful. It's good to want things. But when you have an expectation of this is going to be the person, this is how it's going to happen, this is when it's going to happen, that's when we start breaking our hearts. So you have to let these things go and really see if the expectations you have are true to you. Are they real? Like, are these actually attainable? Not, oh, well, I want to be with Bob from fucking 10 years ago, even though I haven't spoken, I don't know if he's alive. That's kind of unrealistic because you know nothing about this person, as opposed to someone you're talking to now and you're just like, what, we might really have a chance. They're a really good person. Then it's like, okay, but don't, just make sure you're grounded and you're being realistic about what it is you're trying to do, okay? And they're saying to don't believe everything you see. Okay, because people can show you one thing and then they can be a whole nother way. And again, this is something I learned firsthand, because it's like something nags at you and you're just like, something's not right, I'm missing a piece. Make sure you pay attention to that nagging part that's like, something's not right. Because when you get to that point, it probably saved you from a psychopath that's going to kill you, saved you from an abusive relationship. People are really twisted in this fucking world, and I'm really sad to say that, but don't believe everything you see. Don't believe what people pretend to show you, all right? Give it time. Allow time to pass so you can see who people really are, because time tells all. All right? And make sure that be thankful. Be thankful for the people that come into your life, okay? And be thankful for the people that lied to you. Be thankful for the people that shitted on you. Be thankful for the people that hurt you. Be thankful for all of that, because that is where you gained your wisdom. That is where you learn to say no. That is where you learn to stand up for yourself and set boundaries. Don't be mad at these situations. Be grateful to them, because now you're a better person. Now you can see things that you're like, I don't want to do that. I've already been there. Be grateful for that. Kane, stop it. I'm sorry. So yeah, if you're a person that has a really hard time with believing this and transforming, you have to take time and believe that everything that's happening is for your highest good. And just because it looks fucked up now doesn't mean it really is, okay? So if you're looking at your life and you're like me, this is a whole shit show, it's not making any sense, look deeper, okay? Because Spirit's saying that there is something else that's taking place right now. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening, all right? So don't just take everything as, oh yeah, take it like a grain of salt. Like, okay, I see this, I acknowledge it, but don't let it be like that's it, okay? And some of you might be having situations with friendships that are either going to be transforming into a higher commitment, or you just have friendships that are now blossoming, and maybe you guys are getting to a point where you're like, I really fuck with you type of friendships, okay? But it is important for you to focus on you. So if you have friends that are constantly comparing themselves with other people, or if you compare yourself with other people, don't do that, okay? Because like my daughters, you know, one daughter, she loved doing art all the time. Then my other daughter, she also loves art, and she's just has a gift for it. And my other daughter draws well too, but she's just like, I'm not as good as her. And I'm like, your art is different from her art, you know. Don't be mad at it, accept it for what it is, you know, but don't take it as I'm not good enough to keep doing it, you know. And that's the issue. What is happening here? Sorry, my daughter and her music. So please, you know, don't compare, you know. And it's the hardest thing, because that's how we're raised. We're raised to be in competition with people. We're raised like, oh, well, I have to do this, and that to be as good as this person. And no, you have to do what you feel is best for you, and you be as good as you can be. You don't compare your work to somebody else's, because it's very different. You know, you can't say, oh yeah, well, we have Mozart and Beethoven. Different music, different composers, both great, you know, but it's great that they're different. You know, you want to be who you are, and you want to do things the way that you know how to do them. So don't focus on other people's shit. Focus on what you bring to the table. Always focus on what you bring to the table, you know. And if you have a fucking man or a woman that's fucking comparing you to somebody else, tell them to go fuck off and go find somebody else that wants to deal with that bullshit, okay? Because you don't deserve to be compared to anybody else. They deserve to be who they are. This is our relationship, and you allow it to be what it's going to be. You don't want to hold on to, well, my ex was like this and da-da-da-da-da. Like, who gives a fuck what your ex was like? I don't care. I'm not fucking her. Don't care. You know, let that shit go, all right? And it's important for some of you to actually get back in the gym, start exercising again. And others of you, you need to work on your spiritual strength. You have to start praying, you know, start meditating, whatever it is for you, however that resonates. You have to start doing that work to build that strength up, because especially if it's spiritually, when we're weak, they will come through for us and they will help us, okay? But you have to build that power, because they're saying there's someone that's like, they feel like a victim. So it's either they feel like a victim, or they feel stuck, or they're keeping themselves stuck in a situation, or it's like they have a victim mentality where like, all these things were done to me, this is horrible, this is always happening to me, and da 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 da. When you're looking at things as this is always being done to me, then you're being a magnet to attracting more of this is being done to me, instead of this is being done for me. This is helping me to see clearly. This is helping me to understand what I'm missing, because people seem to forget that what we see and notice in other people is a reflection of us. You know, to some extent, there is something within them that I'm resonating with, or that I need to see, that is triggering me or causing me to remark on it, you know. So that needs to be healed. If you have a victim mentality, you need to see why it is you always feel like you're being attacked. And a lot of the times it comes from childhood. It comes from us being picked on, you know, by our parents, or our parents always shitting on us, and we're just like the fucking dumpster for them to just talk and put us down. You have to see where all of this comes from, and you have to heal that and let it go, okay? Because whatever this is really making it hard for you to step out of where you're at right now. And some of you have a major decision that needs to be made, and you're just kind of sitting there and you're not sure which way to go, and which is probably why you're in this mode of, I don't know if I should do it, I don't know if I shouldn't, and you're like back and forth. But it's important for you to sit and have a clear mind when you're making these decisions. Don't make decisions out of emotional space or out of anger. Don't do that, because sometimes you say things, and the words that you say have a lingering effect on people. You know, just because physically you don't see the pain, emotionally that shit stays for a long time. So that's why you have to choose your words carefully, especially when you're angry. And again, somebody could be watching you. They're always watching. Have fun, enjoy the show. But this here, there's a lot of pride and ego with whatever this is. And if it's the person that's watching, you know, your pride and ego is getting in the way of the unconditional love that you want. Okay, whatever it is that you're trying to go towards, if it's an individual, it could be friendship, it could be anything, but that is kind of stopping you. It's causing a blockage. In order for you to attain that unconditional love, you have to release your pride and ego, because if you're loving in that manner, it's like, I'm loving with condition. You know, I will love you as long as you don't make me look stupid. I will love you as long as you're pretty. I will love you as long as you have money. I will love you as long as you act how I want you to act. You cannot put these things on love. Love is who we are, but it's also when you give it, it's I love you, regardless if you're a good person, if you're a shitty person, if you're a fucking crackhead, if you're an alcoholic, I love you. Doesn't mean you have to give them everything you fucking have, doesn't mean you have to do all of that, you know, but you're love, you be love. And that's what we all need to come from, a space of love, because if we become more understanding, it's easier to be loving, because it's like, you know what, I understand that your coping mechanism is alcohol. I understand that you were so broken, you didn't know what else to do besides turn to alcohol. I understand that this disease has consumed your fucking life, and you can't differentiate between someone that's actually trying to help you and someone that's trying to harm you. You know, you have to come from places like that with people, because everybody has their own shit going on. And this is why I say I'm not mad at nobody. I'm not mad. You know, whatever you do, cool. You know, I'm over it. I got it. I understand. I don't hold grudges. You know, but it breaks my heart to see that even years later, people are still in the same place. People haven't let things go. You know, it's really sad. Now, for some of you, this person, if you have a relationship or a situation, this person may be coming to you in your dreams. And spirit may be showing you or giving you messages. Like if you're hearing music and you're like, oh, this makes me think of this person. Or if you're seeing something and you're like, oh, we watched this movie together, or a fucking commercial, whatever it is, it's something that you're just like, oh, you know, this reminds me of this individual. They're coming to you. They're giving you the messages. Spirit's trying to guide you, trying to guide them. Maybe both of y'all, if y'all both hard-headed as shit. But there are people that are going to be involved in helping you. If you feel like you're stuck, or you can't move out, or you can't move forward, whatever it is, whoever this person is that feels like they're just kind of in a place, they're going to have people. You're going to either have friends, you're going to have somebody there to help you. But there is some type of situation where it's like you're either not being who you are, you're living beyond your means, you're doing something. You're not, it's like it's fake. Whatever it is that's happening is not true. Okay, so whatever it is that's going on right now, try to see where you're at and see if you're pretending to be something you're not, if you're doing something that you normally don't do, if you are doing more than you normally would do. Like, see where you're at in this, because there is some type of intervention that's going to be happening. All right, and whatever it is that's been going on now, there are going to be conclusions to this, but make sure that you're taking the breaks that you need to take. You know, you can't win every battle. Okay, sometimes the important thing is just winning the war. Like, I choose my battles. I choose who I'm going to give my attention to. I choose if I'm going to entertain an argument with you or not. And most of the time, no, I'm going to laugh at you. I'm going to ignore you. I'm going to tell you I'm not arguing with you. And that's what I'm going to do, because you're not going to sit here and try to bring me into where you're at. You're not going to get me to that emotional place, because you're going to lower my vibration, and I don't need that. You know, I'm happy. I'm not angry. So I don't want to feel what the fuck you're feeling. Like, you deal with your shit, and then you can talk to me when you're calm. So just see where you're at, and don't allow people to pull you out of your character. Okay, because a lot of people that are lower vibration have a funny way of, I'm mad, so I want to make you as mad as I am. I want you to feel the pain that I feel. And you're just like, no, thank you. Keep that shit over there. I don't want that shit. At least that's what I say. But make sure that you're doing that, okay? Take care of you, and always do what you feel is right for you. You do not have to entertain every argument or every problem that presents itself. There is more power in being silent. There is more power in walking away, because you're showing you can't trigger me. You can't get to me. I don't give a fuck what you say. You're irrelevant to my life. And as long as you show people they're irrelevant, at some point they're going to get tired, and they're going to be like, all right, well, clearly I can't do anything to bother this person, so I'm going to do something else. They're going to find somebody else to fuck with. And if you've been hoping and wishing and praying for something, you have to believe in your own dreams. You have to believe that what you're praying for and what you're wanting and hoping and yearning for, that you're capable of having it. You can't say, I'm praying, please bring me this, bring me this, bring me this. And in the same breath, you're like, oh, this is never going to happen. This person doesn't care about me. This person doesn't love me. You can't do that. You know, I mean, you can. I don't recommend it. Really, like, sit with yourself when you have a desire, because, you know, I have my regular routine. It's like I pray for the same things, which is really my basics, and maybe one or two things outside of it. But for the most part, it's like when I desire something from my heart, from my soul, that is something that I truly want to come to me. That is something that I will have, you know, because they're like, okay, from her heart, that's a prayer from my heart. It's not just a regular prayer. It's something that my soul is desiring. Okay? And pay attention, because some of you are missing the signs. Some of you are missing opportunities that are kind of, it's like a spirit says, oh, well, you know what? You get a random job about it. You get a call about a job and you're like, oh shit, I didn't even apply for a job, you know, but you're like, I have a job already, or I don't know if I really want to take the job. Go on the interview, because that spirit opening a door for you. Maybe you weren't looking, but maybe this job is better. Maybe you have better hours. Maybe that's what this job is providing you. You know, you have to stay open to these things and take the opportunities, okay? Because as long as you're not looking at it, you're missing these opportunities. And just because you're like, I don't feel like it right now. We don't feel like a lot of things right now. Take the steps. Do what you're guided to do, okay? And understand that the smallest things can make you happy. You just have to shift your perspective and really try to find the joy in everything in your life, okay? Because some of you are like me. I say I'm an old soul because when I was a teenager, I knew so much more and I understood so much more. And when my mom would be flipping out on me and yelling at me and saying terrible things to me, I never held on to it, because I knew she was angry and she was drunk and she's coming from a place of pain. So people would just look at me like, but that's how I was. That's how I grew up. You know, so it's like some of you just know you're wiser than what's your age, you know, and it's fine. It's okay to be wise. Just use the wisdom to your advantage. Use what you know, because that's what helps you overcome these challenges. You know, everything that we've been through in our lives has prepared us for the things that are to come. You know, all of the pain, all of the sacrifices, all of the crying, everything that we've been through has been preparing us for what's coming. It's been gradual and may have been your entire fucking life. But believe me, it all serves a purpose. You just have to see the connection in it and not look at it as it's something separate. Okay? Because that's where we miss the messages. You have to stop looking at it that way. Connect the messages. And for some of you, there are some debts that need to be cleared, whether it's actual physical financial debts or karmic debts. And sometimes when we have karmic debts, that's when we have the bad relationships. That's when we have the liars and the cheaters. Tripiando, how are you? Man, I know I was supposed to call you, but you won't believe the fucking past 2 weeks of my life. So, you know, when we have karmic debts, it's things from a past lifetime. It's things that we need to be brought into balance in this lifetime in order to be cleared out. Hello, Eknal, how are you? So, don't look at the bad things. The relationships that end really quickly. Oh, thank you. The relationships that end really fast. The relationships that you're just like, man, I thought this was my person for forever. See what they taught you. See what they came into your life, what they did to you. See what you learned from it. Because sometimes we learn, other times we don't learn. And it'll be the same lesson, just a different person. So if you've been going through a series of heartbreaks, if you've gone through cheating, lying, stealing, and they're just the same situations, just different people, see what it is that you're missing in these lessons, because you're not getting it. What is it that you're not picking up? Because that's all it is. If it keeps repeating itself, it's because it's not clicking. Because once it clicks and you understand the purpose of it, and the purpose of it is to grow your soul, it's so easy to get out of this and move past it, okay? And you have to flow with what's happening in life. Like I said, this past fucking week and a half, 2 weeks of my life has been insane. And I haven't been overly stressed. I haven't been overly upset about it. I've kind of been in the place of just letting everything happen and allowing things to fall wherever they fall, and then dealing with it when I absolutely have to deal with it. And sometimes that's the best way to be, because you're not stressed out. You're not driving yourself crazy, and you're doing what you feel is best for you. You know, don't allow other people to tell you, well, you need to do this now because this is how I feel. That's your problem. You need to work on your feelings, and I will deal with you when I'm ready to deal with you. And you have to find the boundaries and get to that place where you're okay with telling somebody, no, I'm not entertaining this. And no, I'm not doing that because I'm not ready to do that. You know, be okay and stand up for yourself. Sorry, Kane, I don't know. So, you know, when you can't change situations, you have to learn to accept them. And a lot of things, it's like this moment right here, right now is inevitable. This cannot be changed because this is here and this is happening now. Anything in the future, you can change. You can manifest it into whatever the hell you want it to be. But understand, the past is done and it's over. Cannot be changed ever. So the only reason it exists is because you keep replaying it in your head. And as long as it's going on, you're never going to get over it. You have to stop telling that story and I'm moving forward, I'm doing better, I'm doing this. Whatever it is, you move forward, okay? And keep doing what you're meant to be doing. And for some of you, there is, oh Jesus, there may have been some type of lesson that came with some sort of communication. You know, there may have been something that you needed to learn or take from it, or something that may be coming about. But it's something that has to do with a lot of shadow work on self-worth, okay? Now, I feel like that's kind of been the theme of there's a lot of self-worth and self-esteem issues. You have to pick yourself back up, you know, because if you're anything like me, you've probably been in relationships that beat you the fuck down. There's people that physically beat you, sexually abused you, you know, talk to you mentally, emotionally, like they abused you in so many fucking ways that you just felt like that was it, like you wasn't worth shit. Understand, that is not who you are. That is something that they are projecting onto you, okay? That is their shit that they're projecting onto you because that's how they feel about themselves. It's not a you thing, so don't feel like you're not worth anything, because you are. All of us are worth everything. But you have to believe that, and don't allow whatever these fucking people, whatever stories, whatever situations, relationships, don't allow them to tell you otherwise, because that's their own shit and that's wounds that they need to heal. And because they haven't healed it, they're making you feel like you're the one that needs to heal this and you're the one that needs to do that. Don't take other people, don't take their shit on, you know, accept it, be like, okay, cool, you're pissed off for whatever reason. It's not me, it's a you thing. Don't allow that to change you. You know, you have to love you, who you are. And if you're having a hard time struggling with that shit, sit down, make a list of the things you love about yourself. Make a list of the awesome things that you do. If you're a great friend, then I'm a great friend. I'm a great mother. I'm a great wife. I'm a great lover. Whatever it is that you think is fucking awesome about you, make that fucking list. And every day, focus on that list. And as the days go on, you'll find more things to add to it. Okay, because it's slowly changing you. And at some point, you will learn to love all of you, you know. And that's the sad thing about our society. It causes us to feel like we're not good enough, or we're not pretty enough, we're not smart enough. You know, whatever it is, you have to start building your self-worth and start loving who the fuck you are as an individual, okay? Don't allow other people to change that shit for you, okay? And whatever this is, like I said, everything is a lesson, okay? So the lesson, if you've been struggling with self-worth and you've been the person that's been a victim of toxic-ass people, abusive relationships and situations, there were lessons in that. They were meant to break you down. They were meant to help you get to a place where you need to find your self-worth. You need to stand up for yourself. You need to love you and show everybody that you love you and what the fuck you're capable of, okay? That's what's happening. So please work on that. And like I said, I post videos on all types of shit. I will post some more if I find some. But yeah, there's someone that is very anxious about someone else's return. So maybe you are returning to somebody, or someone else is returning to you. But however this is resonating, there is a lot of anxiety and there's like a lot of fear, because there's a situation that's coming to an end. Either you're going through a final breakup, or there is a divorce that's going to be happening with a karmic partner or a third party. So however this is resonating, there is a lot of anxiety around this whole thing, because it's like the emotions are all over the place. They're up, they're down, they're fucking sideways, and nobody's really sure how they're working out. But understand, if you're making the decision, make it from your soul, make it from your heart, make sure that mind, heart, body, soul, everything is in agreement with the decision that you're making. You can't be emotionally, I want to be here, mentally, I want to be there, because your energy is split. You have to make sure that every action you're taking is in unison, and you're like, yes, this is where you want to go. I don't know how to take that, Kane. Capricorn is coming here. I think Aquarius came out. Sorry, I was in the reading, so I wasn't really paying attention. So yeah, whatever these emotional things are, you know, everything comes to an end. Don't be upset about it. Don't feel like there was something wrong with it. Look at it as this came into my life for a specific reason, and now it's fulfilled that reason. I've learned the lesson or whatever it is, and now it's time for me to move forward onto something else. You know, when you're in school, you don't be like, oh, you know what, I love 5th grade so much, let me stay in 5th grade for 5 more years. No, you don't do that. As soon as you learn everything you need to learn in 5th grade, you're like, all right, I'm ready to go to middle school and see something else. It's the same thing in life. It's the same thing with relationships. It's just nobody views it that way. Everybody views it as, oh, I'm so in love and I want this person for forever and blah, 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 blah. And that person is not your forever person. That person is, I'm here to help you. I'm here to show you. I'm here to teach you. You know, and you keep them and keep them and keep them. And then it gets toxic and toxic and toxic until it's intolerable or it's life or death. You have to start learning this and viewing this, okay? You have to understand that everything is not for forever. You know, the same way we go through our grades in school and we're happy to complete those lessons and move forward is the same way it is in life. You have to start viewing it that way and not get upset when relationships and not get upset when someone's like, I'm not interested in you or rejecting you, because do you really want to waste your time on somebody that's not interested in you the way you're interested in them? Do you want to go through another relationship where somebody's cheating on you because they would rather be with somebody else and you're not that person for them? Or would you rather just take the rejection and keep it pushing? You know, really look at things like that. Don't just look at it like they hurt me. No. Appreciate it. They're blessings. They're telling you, just take the lesson. That's it. Okay? Don't be all over the place. It's not that serious. Okay? And whatever it is that you've been doing and whatever you've been working towards, it is happening and it is coming into fruition, especially if you haven't been seeing it. It is going to happen, okay? But they want you to really sit and think about who you are as a person, okay? You know, because a lot of us, sometimes we wear masks, sometimes we're like, you know, you have your work personality, you have your friend personality, you have your mom personality, you have all these damn personalities, and it's like, who are you? Truly, to the heart of you, to the soul of you, the very core of you, who are you? Who do you want to be? You know, who do you want the world to see you as? Who do you want your children to see you as? And if you're a person that has toxic ass habits or have a tendency of being angry as fuck, do you want your children to mimic that behavior? Do you want your children to grow up and be who you are, what you're showing them? And if it's a no, then you should change your actions, because that our children learn from us. We could talk all day. They don't take our words. They take our actions. And that's why I try to be the best example for my children. If I say no smoking, I'm not smoking. If I say no drinking, I'm not drinking. If I say no cursing, I'm not cursing. But I curse, so that's kind of wobbly. But, you know, just really see who you are and how you feel about yourself, you know, because you have to at some point start finding your morals, your values, decide your integrity. Like, this is what I stand for. This is what I believe in. And don't allow people to sway you or change you or pull you out of that character, okay? But you really have to decide these things for yourself. And that's really important for you. And some of you guys need to drink tea. If you don't drink tea, you know, I like it because it's, I don't add anything to my teas. I just drink it straight. But they're good because some of it boosts your immune system. Others just fucking help you with the digestion, sleep. The list goes on. I pulled a couple of different cards here. Let me see. These are not any tarot cards, but they want you to look at what lie have you told so much that you believe it now. So whether it's a lie you've told about yourself, whether it's a lie you've told throughout your life, whatever it is, what have you repeated so fucking often that you actually believe it to be true? Especially if it's about yourself. So sit with yourself and see what that is. And oh God. Now, if you're going through something, how would you advise your friend in the same position? You know, because for us, we'll get really confused and we'll get in our heads about, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do. What would you tell your friend to do if they were in your situation? You know, if they needed some clarity and they're like, hey, I need your help. What are you going to tell them? Let me see. And what do you... Ask 3 different people what they feel your biggest weakness is. And don't get offended. okay? You know, because some of us weren't taught how to take constructive criticism, so we might get a little bit hostile. But ask people what they think your biggest weakness is and see what they think of you, you know, kind of see what they're like. Maybe I do have that as a weakness and I should work on that, because sometimes we don't know what our weaknesses are. And if you are in a relationship, whether it's good, bad, ugly, see what it is, how that relationship has changed you, you know, because a lot of us don't realize when we start relationships, we're all like, oh, I'm so in love, and we got the freaking little goggles on, and we don't notice all the fucked up shit. And then years down the road, you're like, I'm not happy. I hate this shit. I hate this person. I'm sick of this fucking life. See how the relationship has changed you. And if it's not a change for the positive, you need to reevaluate that relationship. You need to see why you're in that relationship if it's only taking from you, okay? And I don't mean taking like financially. It means making you into someone that you're not, someone that you do not resonate with, someone that your soul is not at peace with, okay? And if you're in a relationship and they add to your quality of life and they make you a better person and they make you happier, then awesome. That is someone you want in your life. And I don't care what relationship it is. It doesn't have to be romantic, but see where you're at and see how those relationships shape you, okay? Because sometimes other people's energy will make us turn into something totally different, okay? But those are your readings for today. Thank you so much, and I will be back on here tomorrow. Have a great day. I love you guys.